Turn now to politics.
Calm down,
Who
brother.
is simply the best in that category, and does love have anything to do with it? We're talking about the presidential campaign of Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. It is now official. He opened his run for the White House with a Twitter video last night. That part pretty traditional, but it was followed by an online event with Twitter CEO Elon Musk, and that was plagued by technical issues. It led to mockery from other candidates, including President Biden and, no surprise here, former President Donald Trump. Robert Costa.
It's so good. I mean, this entire thing was so broken from the jump. And a lot of people, myself included, called it out from a mile away. One of the main problems was relying on Elon Musk, who is a notorious con man. Okay? You thought Elon Musk, owner of Twitter, which he bought for $44 billion, was going to be able to give you a entire platform without any sort of complications. Elon was just using you, Ron DeSantis, as a way to market his platform. Okay? That's what he was doing. For the most part, that's what he's trying to do. That's why he's doing the whole Tucker Carlson shit too. However, because he has fired half of the workforce and the people that actually, hold this thing together, the audio only Ron DeSantis press release on his announcement failed spectacularly. And everyone with 3.5 brain cells saw it from a mile away. Okay? That's it. Twitter has always failed for video. Twitter has always failed for spaces. It was so obvious that it was going to fail. And you're an absolute dumbass for, one, trying to do this gimmick to begin with. This idea that, I'm going to do my release on Twitter Spaces instead of Fox News, or instead of a TV show, or instead of having it televised from a physical place where there's an entire audience here. Okay. What is this? You try to do this fucking stupid gimmick, and it failed spectacularly. It was, of course, going to fail. It was slated to fail. The audio in and of itself and the audio quality in and of itself was already absolutely disastrous, even when it did work. Okay? And the reality is that it never really fully worked anyway. David Sachs explaining to Laura Ingraham what happened. I love that. And now they're licking their wounds, and because the broader audience is really fucking stupid, they'll also kind of go along with it. But I think that people are cognizant of the reality that there are a bunch of websites that actually work normally, right? That would have been able to hold a much, much larger audience with no problems. I mean, it was a spectacular failure. We came in, I clicked in on it at 60,000 watchers to the space. The number started shooting up. It got all the way up to, I believe, 600,000. In the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, there was no audio. And when there was actually audio, it was just like Elon Musk hot micing. Talking about the servers are, I think, blown up. What's going on? They're blowing up the servers. Or Elon Musk not muting himself, sitting across from fucking David Sachs, who was supposed to be the host of the show this time around. And hearing double audio and mic feedback. It was just a major disaster. And it was a very expected major disaster. And now they're trying to turn this disaster into a positive thing by saying we broke the internet. No, man, you broke a broken product. It was a case of double failure. It was a case of double failure. What do I mean by this? It was a failure because it exposed that Twitter is being held together by ticker tape, and it is not a platform that you can utilize for audio and video. It exposed that Elon Musk is a fucking gigantic idiot for thinking that he could be able to pull this off. Something that many other platforms like YouTube and Twitch do on a daily basis with video and audio. I mean, fuck it. Kick would have done a better job. Okay? Kick could have done that. That's where Ron DeSantis should have announced it, on Kick. Jeff Bezos got Twitch for $970 million. Musk paid $44 billion for Twitter. Dumbest billionaire. Oh, 100%. And it also exposed that Ron DeSantis was a fucking idiot too for trusting Elon Musk and for even thinking that like a Twitter release for a Twitter announcement would actually be anything but a gimmick. Because even if this worked flawlessly, even if this campaign announcement worked flawlessly, it still would have been an abject failure because it was on Twitter. There's a reason why people follow old school principles in a lot of instances. Like, I'm no fan of legacy media, but I often will be the first to admit that legacy media still has the power to consolidate viewership due to how limited the number of TV stations that exist. TV stations also have a built-in audience. Spaces are multi-directional streams. Twitch is unidirectional. The architecture is surely fucked, and they just needed unidirectional streaming. Lol. Yeah, but that is back-end tech shit. If your goal is to reach the broadest audience possible as a presidential campaign announcement, it doesn't matter if you're doing it on fucking radio. It doesn't matter if you're doing it on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you're doing it on TV. Your goal is to reach as many eyeballs successfully. Okay? That's your goal. And they failed dramatically, spectacularly. They couldn't even broadcast this to 600,000 viewers. It bricked at like 400K. That is laughable for anyone who understands the internet, okay? You can fucking do the unidirectional, multi-directional, or all this other like tech cope you want. Radio has been successfully broadcasting to hundreds of millions of concurrent listeners since 1885, okay, or 1895, whenever the fuck radio was invented. Get the fuck out of here. Trying to turn this around and make it seem as though this is somehow unique is so stupid. It was not the biggest event that anyone has ever seen online. Maybe it was the biggest failure in launching political campaigns. That much I will agree to. But it was completely idiotic to see it as anything but an abject failure. But there are a lot of idiots out there. A lot of them are David Sachs fans. A lot of those idiots are Elon Musk fans. And maybe some of them are Ron DeSantis fans as well.
There's really never been a mechanism before where someone could address the nation, or anyone who wanted to listen to them could.
Exactly. I mean, I made this joke and people got so mad at me. If you want to see like blue checkmark cope to the max, I made this joke at the time when it was happening. I said, Elon Musk broke the internet. Meanwhile, this shit broadcasts audio to hundreds of millions daily since 1895. Multicast versus unicast back comparison. Stream to that then. I doubt very much in 2033 the amount of people listening to broadcast radio on a daily basis would number in the hundreds of millions. I might be wrong, but I don't think the radio was connected to a server that generated traffic by hundreds of millions of users. I didn't know radio was powered through internet. No one really listens to that anymore. Like, brother, are you fucking stupid? Are you this stupid? Ultimately, you're a listener, okay? You're not the tech guy. The goal for a presidential announcement is to reach as many people as possible. And they failed to do that. Ron DeSantis, if he was willing and able to do audio-only release, he could have just gone to radio. But even on the internet, there are plenty of examples of broadcasting to hundreds of millions of people daily. Not hundreds of millions, but at least like tens of millions, multiple tens of millions. Okay? You got Twitch, you got YouTube, you got Kick, you got Rumble, you got fucking Getter. You have so many platforms. If you want to look at audio and video that have been able to do this successfully, time and time again, you got Facebook, you got TikTok. It's fucking ludicrous to look at such a dramatic failure and think, nah, this is actually fire. This means something positive, as a matter of fact. This doesn't mean something negative. I'm not owned. I'm not owned. And when you're saying that about another man too. Another man's product, another man who doesn't care about you, and he keeps selling you fucking bullshit snake oil. It's so stupid.
Is in Miami covering the campaign for us. It was billed as a great American comeback. Those are the words of Ron DeSantis, and you can set your clock by it, but you could not set your clock by that Twitter event. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. Some DeSantis allies, they were disappointed by the technical glitches, but they say the governor will be plowing ahead, underscoring his conservative credentials. And all of this scrutiny and the criticism, it is a reminder of just how rough the waters are going to be in this campaign.
I'm Ron DeSantis, and I'm running for president to lead our great American comeback.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis posted a video making it official. But his launch with Elon Musk on Twitter didn't go as smoothly.
We've got just a massive number of people online, so it's servers are straining somewhat.
It was marked by technical difficulties when the site kept crashing.
So I think we're back online here.
And after a 20-minute delay.
If you nominate me, you can set your clock to January 20th, 2025 at high noon, because on the west side of the U.S. Capitol, I will be taking the oath of office as the 47th president of the United States. It did break the Twitter space, and so we're really excited with the enthusiasm.
His rivals were quick to pounce. On Truth Social, former President Trump called the launch a disaster, and President Biden tweeted a link to his fundraising site, noting this link works. On Twitter, a spokesman for the campaign said DeSantis literally busted up the internet. Washington is next, claiming he raised more than $1 million in the first hour. But DeSantis has a lot of ground to make up. In a new poll, Trump is dominating the Republican field with 53% support from likely GOP primary voters. DeSantis trails with 26%.
DeSantis was saved by the endorsement of President Trump.
The Trump campaign also attacked DeSantis in new ads, showing how DeSantis previously supported the former president.
Isn't it time DeSantis remembers how he got to where he is?
Other candidates in the crowded GOP field took on DeSantis, one saying he is imitating his former supporter turned rival.
The way he speaks, the way his hand gestures are, the fact that he's moved his policies, all of it's...
No, you were right. Estimated 3 billion people listen to radio at least once a week just a couple years ago. Yeah, radio still has like a tremendous amount of reach that a lot of people forget. As a matter of fact, you know who shouldn't forget that radio has a tremendous amount of reach? Right-wingers, because they literally still consume radio content. A lot of people don't realize this, but like Alex Jones, Rush Limbaugh, rest in piss, and even Glenn Beck are major players in the conservative talk space, which absolutely still very much is viable and exists, and people make money off of it too. Yeah. America's car-reliant infrastructure has created a viable avenue, a viable medium. It's so crazy to me that these people forget that, like the top of the hour ad break. which has created a viable space for all of the subscribed watchers of the HasanAbi broadcast to avoid the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of every hour. It's 3 minutes long. Okay? And if you no longer want to see those ads, like I said, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Orphic Dionysus, thank you for the 5 gifted. Nestor Perez, thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. Allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Yeah, the notion that like this broke anything other than like showed how broken Twitter is in general is silly.
Copying Trump.
DeSantis
I love that even Nikki Haley is owning the shit out of Ron DeSantis by saying he's just trying to be Trump.
advisors say many Republicans like Trump, but are also craving a Republican alternative, a conservative who can really win the nomination and be from a new generation. But the spotlight only gets brighter from here, and those Trump attacks will likely pick up speed. Tony?
Yeah, and Governor DeSantis taking a shot at Donald Trump, saying governing is not about entertainment, it's about results. We'll see what the voters think. Bob, thank you very much.
That glitchy announcement is just the latest in a series of issues.
Bro, Ron DeSantis can only make like light jabs at Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is like implying that he's a fucking pedophile and shit. It's awesome. Ron DeSantis is only a notable figure in the national Republican movement or the Republican Party in the audiences in general, is because of how much he has tailored himself around Trump, how much he has tried to make himself basically Donald Trump. Okay? DeSantis's bio on his campaign website is a 404 page not found. This entire campaign is literally on fire. They got $87 million originally, and they can't even fucking redirect it back into their own direct campaign coffers, and instead have to utilize super PACs, which of course are not connected to the campaign, which is part of the reason why they have to like keep farming donors. Ron DeSantis' entire campaign is supposed to be super PAC funded, which is a bit unique for a national, which is a little bit unique in this day and age. I guess it's going to be more commonplace in the future, but it basically says like, oh, we are not going to get individual donors. We're most likely going to get just corporate donors and wealthy mega donors to like float this campaign through and through. So that's part of the reason why when you don't have like direct campaign funds, you can't hire people. And if you can't hire people to do this kind of shit, ultimately it's going to be a major failure. That's why you're seeing a lot of these issues, for the record. They want to do this on the cheap because I don't think they have a lot of money individually. Everything is in 501c4s. Everything is in super PACs. And super PACs can't directly build and design your website. They can only technically defend you and help you with things that you care about, with issues that you care about, and support you that way. But they can't like literally hire coders to like design your website. You know what I mean? Which is part of the reason why they're having this issue. So although he has actually raised $87 million so far, he can't even fucking use it, technically, because it's on his governor PAC. And you can't translate those funds directly into the campaign, so you can't use it. So you have to use a Squarespace as website for the record, for the time being, until you actually end up, raising some funds for yourself. So that's where we're at with Ron DeSantis' campaign. They're trying to go along with the whole, like, we broke Twitter. It's like, that's so dumb. You're literally owning the fucking guy that you were trying to take advantage of to get this, like, gimmick off. And it only shows you on the DeSantis site, there's a scrolling bar of names who was just donated. However, it's just a scrolling list of the same names repeating. Wait, what? There are two names. The two of the names are Michael. Whitney H is probably just a reference to Whitney Houston. Whitney H is still up there with 104. Some new names are also in, but it's suspicious that the API might be recycling a random set now. Wait, what? It's all hard-coded in. None of those names are real. Oh, they're looping names to make it seem like a lot of people are actually donating when no one is donating. No, I know it's the HTML code. They're checking it using inspect element. I got that. And it seems like they have names on the ticker that's constantly flying by just to make it seem like that would be illegal, okay? That is quite literally illegal. I would go to jail. For those of you who don't know, that what this ticker is showing is illegal. That is a crime, chat. How? What do you mean how? You can't donate as an individual to an individual campaign more than like the maximum donation limit. What are you, crazy? You can donate to a super PAC. I always knew I was a big DeSantis guy. Fuck, I'm outed as a big DeSantis guy. I noticed that last night, and a lot of donations were the same amount of money with a decimal in a different spot. Anyway, didn't Dinesh D'Souza do exactly that? No, Dinesh D'Souza did straw donations. He maxed out to his friend's campaign, who, by the way, lost by like 75% for the record, which makes it even funnier. And then he did what is known as straw donations. So he gave money, hard cash, to other people in his circle, okay, and got them to donate to the candidate of his choosing instead of just like operating a 501c4. He was just so fucking stupid that he went to jail. He got caught and went to jail for campaign finance violations, which is like, it's legal. It's the most legal thing you can do in America. You know what I mean? It's very stupid. Anyway. Yeah, it's not only less effective, it's also illegal. So I don't know why the fuck he just didn't do the thing that you're supposed to do. Anyway, regardless, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to little Rhonda and his failure of a fucking campaign, his failure to launch, and how it exposed a lot of how bad Elon Musk's website is. Here are some other people dunking on it. Let's take a look. Morning Joe basically fucking ripped a new asshole into little Rhonda's failure to launch.
That's Governor Ron DeSantis touting the number of people who tuned in to his
little Rhonda
presidential announcement yesterday on Twitter. Of course, the numbers didn't come close to how many people streamed April the giraffe giving birth.
That's a big one.
Okay.
That was huge.
Nor when AOC played a video game on Twitch.
Don't.
And also,
well,
guys,
but I mean, that was important.
Right.
You know?
BuzzFeed drew an audience of 800,000 when they blew up a watermelon.
That was cool.
I do remember.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you had to
good.
watch that. That's like, where were you when the Red Sox beat the Yankees? Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm just confused, though. This didn't even have video. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Really, seriously. I mean, were there people saying this is going to be a moment to remember? Like, this is going to...
But... like for instance, Drake playing Fortnite, Willie. I mean,
I was looking at that list. Who came up with that list? It's a very specific video game interest and Ronaldo recording himself in the sauna.
Take a shot of the control room.
I'd like to speak to the staff.
Yeah, let's take a look at these people.
Alex,
it's not even Friday.
It peaked at 300K, which doesn't break the first page in relation to top Twitch streams. Yeah. I mean, I have peaked at like what, 270K, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 250K, something like that. The fact that like, you know, the fact that like my peak of concurrent viewership is like close to Ron DeSantis on Twitter, who's using the entire fucking website, the entire website of Twitter to his advantage here, is crazy, okay? And nobody thought anybody was breaking the fucking internet at that point. It was 1/6. No, it was January 6th. Yeah. The insurrection. Cutie, has Cutie been reached out yet for any other politician? She peaked over 500K. Yeah. So ridiculous that this shit happened, but totally expected. It just blows my mind that these guys are still fucking going off of this shit. CNN's town hall with Trump averaged 3.3 million concurrent viewers. Concurrent viewers are not equal to total viewers. They measure different things. Twitter's stream crashed with just a few 100,000 concurrent listeners. Ultimately, when it was working, it had 200K. Exactly. More liberal propaganda. Yeah, these people are just going to always go, la, 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 I can't hear you. I'm too stupid to understand what you're saying. But there are people who should be a little bit smarter, like David Sachs is a fucking dumbass, but at least he should be smart enough to know that this was an abject failure. But because he can't take Elon Musk's dick out of his fucking mouth but to talk, he's going to, of course, try to turn this situation, which is an abject failure, I have to mention this again, into a positive somehow.
Joining me now.
And the positive is what? That Twitter is incapable of hosting something that like every other fucking video and audio platform is capable of doing.
Exclusively is the man who moderated DeSantis' 2024 launch tonight on Twitter, David Sachs. He's also the partner at Kraft Ventures and co-host of the All In podcast, a big entrepreneur. David, great to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Now, we're going to get to Governor DeSantis' vision, especially like ripping apart the bureaucracy in a moment. But the question on everyone's mind, including my daughters tonight, is what happened? I mean, you handled it so well, much better than I would have. But what happened at the top?
Well, what happened at the top, Laura, is just we had 1 million people simultaneously trying to get into a Twitter space, which is an online room.
No, you didn't.
And, I mean, DeSantis just melted the servers. We had so much interest.
No, you didn't. And it doesn't even matter. Even if it was 1 million people, the fact that you can't handle 1 million people watching is insane. How does anybody listen to this and go, wait a minute, that's like really fucking stupid? People do this all the time. Like, people do this all the fucking time. I'm so confused. Like, this shit happens on YouTube all the fucking time. This was hilarious. Everyone, wow, he shit his pants. Elon, yes, but everybody saw it. New York Times calls DeSantis announcement a fiasco. NBC News calls it a meltdown. The Washington Post calls it awkward. Politico calls it horrendous. I call it massive attention. Top story on earth today. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to fix the brains of people who look to what Elon Musk said here and see it as a gigantic own. I don't know. I do think that this is indicative of how stupid a lot of people are. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think, unfortunately, people at this stage are too fucking stupid to save. Okay? Like, the notion that you can't do all press is good press when the press is literally saying your shit sucks, dog. Your shit fucking sucks. They've always been stupid, bro. I know, but like, this is so transparently, I don't know. It is such an obvious fucking failure. Like, Elon Musk basically pissed, shitted, and farted in his fucking doo-doo ass diapers in front of millions of fucking people. And he turned around and like laid around in that piss shit and fart and said, goo goo gaga, look, everyone's laughing at me, but at least people are laughing and they know who I am. What the fuck? And it's like, Elon is dumb and he's going to say this shit, right? That's fine. But how the fuck do people that still love him look to this and go, yeah, he's brilliant? I just don't understand it, and it hurts my soul. Like, people think like, oh, we're owning you, libtard, by fucking loving Elon Musk. And They don't realize that, like, I don't give a shit. You can love Elon Musk all you fucking want. Okay? It just boggles my mind that you are still this fucking stupid that you cannot comprehend that this dude is a charlatan. I feel like I'm the crazy one when I see so many people express admiration for this guy who keeps fucking flubbing in the most public fashion. I don't know. I don't understand. If he succeeded to make the space not glitch, it would have still been seen as the top story of the day. Yeah, some of his dick riders were running the "it's a DDoS campaign" shit. Okay, they were saying it is a DDoS attack. I don't know. Twitch had 3.3 million and Twitter can't even do 100K. Yeah, it's just like such a demonstrable failure. I don't know. It's just that he still has money and people equate money to intelligence. That's it. It makes me sad, man. Maybe I shouldn't be, but
I mean, I got to hand it to him. Normally it takes a Kardashian to do that. So we just had so much interest. It took about 15 minutes. We've never had that level of scale before on Twitter.
I fucking hate these cretins, man. They're so fucking stupid. Like, they make me want to say ableist slurs. Like, that's how fucking stupid they are. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say it. Obviously, we don't do that here. We don't do that on the broadcast. But like, we need like a better word than stupid to describe a cretin like David Sachs. You know what I mean? Because stupid doesn't cut it. Idiot doesn't cut it. You know what I mean? Like, I need something more powerful. Obviously, we're not gonna be ableist, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. So weird. So fucking weird. Troglodyte? Ja, kijk uit, mother. I will. What about Meanie Bobini? Someone said DeSantis' announcement sounded like a GTA radio show. I can't unsee it now.
I think the biggest room's been around 100,000. And so after about 15 minutes, we just moved the room to my account from Elon's account. And then it really worked perfectly. I think if your viewers want to go on Twitter, the recording is going viral right now. They're going to wonder what all the fuss is about, because once we got started, the audio was perfect. And I think
No, man. No one is going to wonder what the fuss is about, because everybody saw the fucking failure. Significantly more people saw the failure than they watched the fucking, second audio component. The audio component, like the fact that it was an audio only broadcast in and of itself is already stupid as fuck. You can't fucking dance around it and be like, nah, dog, this major fucking failure was actually really sick.
The governor
it was a big W.
Was totally unflappable. And I think one thing I learned about him from this is that once we did get started, and we were, about 15, 20 minutes late, there was no hint of anger or irritation on his part. He was in a great mood. He was, like I said, cool. And
wow, he did a good job of fucking working through the massive fucking failure. Hey, dog, he's an idiot. Okay, he's dumb enough to think that like you and Elon Musk could have done a good job of doing a campaign announcement.
Unflappable. Really, I think made a great impression as someone who doesn't get thrown off his game very easily.
No, he certainly doesn't. And again, other people would have been really unhappy. This kind of thing has happened to me a lot, David, so I'm kind of laughing because I'm very empathetic when this kind of stuff happens. I'm glad it happens to Elon Musk because he's a lot smarter than a lot of people like me on technology. Let's talk about the economy, because that was one issue that I've mentioned this with Newt earlier. You probably missed it, but Why wasn't more of a focus tonight on the issue, the number one issue that Americans say is bothering them, which is inflation, high prices, and the economy?
I mean, you're right. We should have had more questions on that. There's so many other questions that we could have gotten to, but the time just went by so fast. We only had about an hour. And, I wanted to give him time to first lay out his.
Another really funny part, now that we've talked about like the logistical failure of this launch, okay? I'm just trying to see where the ball is. Did she fucking lose it again? No shot. Where'd you put the ball, dummy? Where'd it go? Oh my God, she's so ridiculous. Now that we're done talking about the logistical failure, another part about this was so fucking stupid. They mostly spent the time glazing Elon Musk. And when they weren't glazing Elon Musk, they talk about Dogecoin and cryptocurrency and like other random podcaster related issues. Like it was so bad.
And he did that at the top. And then we got into some of these controversies that have been surrounding him. I asked him about this NAACP travel advisory. I asked him about Disney. We asked him about the book bans, because there's a lot of people out in the country who have heard all these narratives from the mainstream media, and they've never heard directly from him on these issues. And so I wanted to give him the chance to respond to those things. And then, we talked about major issues like immigration. We talked about education. There were a lot of issues that we did talk about. I think it's fair. Maybe we should have talked more about the economy, but we also talked about, what a great, I think, economy the state of Florida has. And there's going to be opportunities for more of these town halls. So, we'll get to it next time.
David, can you give us a sense of the room? Because we were all dying to were you guys together? Was Elon Musk even there? Was he in Europe? Yeah. I mean, we didn't know where anybody was.
No. Elon and I were together in a conference room in Twitter headquarters, and there were a bunch of engineers gathered around us. And again, it's because we've never had an event like this on social media where you've got literally 1 million plus people trying to break down the doors to get into a Twitter space. And the only way to really test the scalability of a tech platform is you just get to that next level of scale. And so we had engineers there who were helping us out, and we just made the switch to my account. And then, like I said, it worked perfectly. But it was me and Elon sitting next to each other, and we tried using his phone, then we tried using my phone, and it worked out great. So DeSantis was in, I think, Florida. And so this is the magic of a Twitter space, is that everyone can be in different places, no problem.
That was fun, because we had no idea where anyone was. We wanted photos of all of you, but, we got none of that. Really quickly, Ukraine was an issue that I care about a lot, because, I'm kind of against all these wars of choice, and I think we're blowing a lot of money and not sure what we're going to get out of it in the end. But what about if DeSantis wins? What do you think is going to happen on that score?
Well, I'm 100% with you. I mean, I think Ukraine is a proxy war of choice. I don't think we should be in wars of choice. I think it's so dangerous to be in an escalatory spiral with Russia, which has thousands of nuclear weapons. What I've heard DeSantis say about this issue is that what's happening in Ukraine does not rise to the level of a vital American interest, and we should be trying to achieve a ceasefire. So, my take on it.
Why? Okay, Mom thinks it's time for her to poop. She's
is
bargained.
that where DeSantis is that he would work to achieve a ceasefire as president, whereas my sense is that Biden just keeps trying to ratchet this up and escalate this thing. So I think I'm with you on this, Laura.
All right, David, we really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you must be exhausted. I hope you go have a tequila shot after that. That was fun. Come back soon. Thanks so much.
Fuck. Oh, anyway, so now that we talked about the logistical problems and we talked briefly about the content as well, which implies that it was going to be a failure even if it did work. Okay. It's crazy that he said there has never been an event like this on social media. I hope that this opens the eyes of a lot of people who just, I don't know why, assume that these guys are smart for the sake of like other people saying that they're smart. Like I really hope that, like, especially if you are, I don't know, like a person who has like a little bit of understanding of the internet, you look at this and you go, this is fucking ridiculous. What do you mean you broke the internet, you fucking idiot? Like, you couldn't even, like, it just only showed how much of a failure Twitter is and how a platform that is working with like half of its workforce is going to, of course, fail all the time. But instead, it seems like a lot of people are just on copium. I don't know. Please explain why Trump is right and Cuomo outperformed DeSantis on COVID. I'll wait. What do you mean? Cuomo outperformed DeSantis on COVID? I'll wait. What did he say? We get a Ben, you love Ron. Oh, Trump came out with this video. We're going to watch this. So Trump actually fucking did a lot. He's been doing the most over this. And we are, of course, going to look at some of those things. He's now attacking Ron DeSantis on COVID deaths. But before we do that, here's what Donald Trump said on Truth Social. This is a video that he posted. This is a real video that he posted. It's 2 minutes long.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Ron DeSantis Twitter space.
Hello? Is my microphone working correctly?
George, can you just wait while we...
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can all hear you, George. Can you just hold on for a second?
Hilfa, I don't think they can hear me.
I can hear you fine, George. Just speak to the
I don't think George knows how to use Twitter.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Can I please make my big announcement now? Everyone just...
Hello?
Just shut up, George.
Can somebody just mute George?
Dick, could you try not to cough on the...
Okay, so how are we going to take out Trump, you guys?
Guys from the FBI, this is not a private call. This is a public Twitter space. Everyone can listen in.
God damn it.
Anyway, guys, we invited everyone to this Twitter space so Governor Ron DeSantis could...
Everyone just shut the hell up so I can make my announcement, okay?
You go, girl.
Wait, the devil is gay?
So what? Everyone in this call is gay. I happen to know every single one of you has a secret gay lover hidden in your closet.
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verwenden. Feiglinge!
Guys, can we please just calm down?
So anyway, guys, I just wanted to announce that I'm...
Okay, I can hear the governor very well.
Shut up, would you please shut up already? I'm running for fucking president, okay?
Yeah, we kind of already knew about it.
Know, Governor.
Congratulations, Governor.
Well, that concludes our Twitter space for today. Thank you to all of our...
Hold your horses, Elon.
I love that, like, Trump's voice is AI as well. Like, obviously, he didn't make this. This is like a fan-made thing that he posted on his account, which is still crazy. But yeah, this part is
The real
awesome.
president is going to say a few words. The devil, I'm going to kick your ass very soon. Hitler, you're already dead. Dick Cheney, sounds like you'll be joining Hitler very soon. Klaus Schwab and George Soros, I'm putting both your asses in jail. And Ron DeSanctimonious can kiss my big, beautiful 2024 presidential ass. Trump 2024, baby. Let's go.
Yeah,
Hi,
this
everyone.
is a real thing that the former president posted. Is that real, or did someone make that? It's a deep fake, but it's not really you in that call. But Trump really did post it on Truth Social. I think about the Trump fan who made that, Lamau. I don't want to think about that. Donald Trump posted this on his Truth Social account, which is why we need him back on Twitter. Like, I know that'll be helpful to Elon Musk, and it'll be helpful to his campaign in general, which probably not the best thing to do, honestly. You know, we're not in the business of like helping Trump out that much, but honestly, it's hard, man. It's hard. Not this would have fucking exploded on Twitter. It would have gone crazy. Anyway, but Trump hasn't stopped. He's been just fucking ripping into him. Let's see what Internet Hippo had to say. He says this is DeSantis versus Trump.
I'll take it from here, Gil. No, wait! No, you can't take my sale. My wife's gonna leave me if I don't start bringing in the green. Come on, let me have this one, Stan. I'm begging you. Look at me. I'm begging you, Stan. Let's go write this up, shall we?
Ay. It was just so pathetic. Here's Donald Trump also now hitting him on COVID deaths, which I think is like weird and odd because he was the president.
When the Ron DeSanctimonious facts come out, you will see that he's better than most Democrat governors, but very average at best compared to Republican governors who have done a fantastic job. How about the fact that he had the third most deaths of any state having to do with the China virus or COVID? Even Cuomo did better. He was number 4. He shut down everything, including the beaches. Other Republican governors didn't do that. They kept it open. It was their choice. I gave them all their choice. The Democrats blew it big. A lot of Republican governors did a fantastic job.
So this is actually a bad take for Trump because people only remember DeSanctimonious as the guy who kept Florida open. Also, you were the president, so that kind of doesn't make sense either. So, and you're defending Cuomo, which is crazy because he's like a villain for the Republicans. So I don't really get why he said that. Like, this is actually kind of weak nuts if we're being real.
And look at Disney and what a mess it is. Could have worked out an easy settlement, but no, he wanted to show the fake news how tough a guy he is. He's not. And the whole Disney thing is really very unfortunate. Now thousands and thousands of jobs are being stopped.
You can say that. Now that's a good one. He can literally say that all day, every day. Disney, they might be gay, but they got money. And they're bringing Florida loads of it. Lots of tourism opportunities will be missed. Like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that works. That works for his audience. That works for a broader Republican audience.
And a lot of people are very upset about it. Thank you.
But yeah, it's just weird that he's like defending Cuomo, talking about COVID deaths. Like, what are you, a liberal, dude? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I'm kind of disappointed in Trump. As a supporter of Donald Trump, who loves what he has done, who is a firm believer in his ideology, who thinks he's the greatest to ever do it, this was a bit of a miss, okay?
Twitter after Elon Musk's takeover.
A bit of a miss, sir.
Musk seemed to blame the problem on the number of listeners.
We've got just a massive number of people online.
But critics say the number of listeners should not have been a problem for the audio-only format. So let's bring in ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous for more on this. Alexis, what do we know so far about what happened here?
Well, this was supposed to be a crowning moment for the billionaire Musk and his Twitter platform, sort of a political coming out, if you will. Instead, it was plagued by these technical glitches and in some ways really was something of an embarrassment for Musk. And it really exposed the platform's weaknesses. So we know that Musk is blaming the glitches on the fact that he says too many people were trying to access the platform at once. When that event started with DeSantis, about 600,000 people were trying to access that audio-only platform. And there were so many stops and starts that when they really got going, just about 275,000 people stuck around to listen to it. And you have to wonder, Diane, if some of these problems is because he just doesn't have enough people working on the platform right now. Remember, when he took it over back in the fall, he reduced his staff by 75%.
Now, Musk is clearly trying to do new things with Twitter. Hosting this announcement is just one of them. So what are his goals for the platform? What are you watching for?
You know, still to be seen. It's going to certainly be a very big year and a half for Musk and his Twitter platform. He's always referred to the platform as a town square, a place where he thinks.
It's crazy, man. It's almost like, yeah, when you fucking fire 75% of your staff, you know, you got to suffer the consequences of it. I don't know. I cannot understand how people square away Elon Musk's like genuine failures over and over again and just go, nah, he's still rich though. It's like, bro, but you're not. Like you're not him. You know, you have every capacity to look at the situation like a normal human being and not like a human being who's barely sentient with like the IQ of a fucking sea cucumber. Like, it doesn't, oh God, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's so stupid.
Thinks there can be an exchange of ideas and a politically neutral platform. But this event with DeSantis sort of undermines the claim of that impartiality. Critics are saying it looks like Musk is trying to mold the social platform into his own agendas. We know that he has aligned himself with some right-wing accounts in the past. So it's yet to be seen whether or not this is going to be the impartial platform during the 2024 presidential race that Musk is promising.
All right, Alexis Christoforous, thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Like, if you want to understand how fucking stupid this was, not only is the news coverage more so focusing on how much of a failure this is, but also focusing on Elon Musk's individual failures here instead of Ron DeSantis. Understand something. Ron DeSantis's very own campaign war room put out a fucking clip. Okay. Where the fuck is it? Does anyone have the clip? The war room clip is the stupidest, worst fucking campaign footage I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. Okay. I'm not even kidding when I brace yourself for the DeSantis war room clip. We watched it briefly yesterday, and I had to basically click away from it because it was so fucking stupid at the time. But I just need you to understand the DeSantis war room. Is it real? Yes, of course it is. It's like it's like Trump war room, MAGA war room. They have a lot of these. These are packs. This is what they released.
I'd reverse what Biden's doing. You need to shut the border down. You should not be entertaining these asylum claims for people crossing illegally. You know, asylum is a legitimate thing, but these are people that when they come, I mean, they're being persecuted. These people coming overwhelmingly are.
The audio is dog shit. It's mostly footage of Elon Musk, which is weird. The audio sounds like a shitty Zoom call. Okay. Like, you didn't have someone in the room fucking miking you up and actually, you didn't have a backup audio? Like, what the fuck? You didn't... No, this is not a fan edit, chat. This is not a fan edit. This is literally... His team put this out.
Economic migrants that are coming across many other different countries. They should be applying for asylum there if they were, truly qualifying for that. But they're not. They know that if they just show up at the southern border, and these are people all over the world that are coming illegally, they know that they will get a sheet.
What the fuck is that? He keeps talking about these are people coming across the border illegally and then showing Elon Musk dancing like he came across illegally too. That is the audio from his announcement, Lamau. I know, man. I know. There's no music. They just put the audio from his announcement with photos of Elon Musk dancing and shit. It's so fucking stupid. It is literally the worst thing I've ever seen a campaign put out.
They know that they will get a sheet of paper saying, okay, come back for a court date in 3 years, and they get released to the interior of our country. It's an absolutely insane system. So we'll stop that. We will move on day one by declaring a national emergency. We will construct a border wall. We will make sure we remain in Mexico and that we're not entertaining those claims in that way. And we really need to hold the Mexican drug cartels accountable because they're facilitating a lot of this migration. They obviously make money off of it. They treat a lot of these people very horribly as they're trafficking them through Mexico and into the United States. And of course, the cartels have been responsible for moving massive amounts of fentanyl into this country. And that's killing tens of thousands of Americans every year now. And what they're doing is they lace the other types of drugs with the fentanyl. So you may have a teenage kid doing something they probably shouldn't do, but in prior generations would not have.
Bro, it's so bad I can't even focus on the dumbass shit that he's saying. Is Elon Musk your vice president? Why is he so prominently featured? Why is he so prominently featured in this? What's happening? Why did you put Elon Musk in this video?
Fatal.
Why is he dancing?
It's laced with fentanyl. These kids can overdose and die. And so mothers are losing kids as a result of this fentanyl epidemic. And I just don't think you could allow these criminal organizations to continue poisoning our population. So it'll be a day one issue.
I feel like maybe they're like, are they, I don't know, are they Trump supporters or something in his team? And they're like imploding his fucking campaign from inside?
We will bring overwhelming amount of resources to deal with it. And we are going to stop this insanity once and for all.
Yeah. Someone in the chat said this, but like, it looks like Elon is bringing in a truckload of fentanyl and he's the undocumented immigrant here. Like, when you put this footage, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Dude, are they voting for DeSantis or Elon? Yeah, it literally feels like they just went in and made an AI video. Like, they just like asked ChatGPT to like cut footage together or something. Like one of those like weird AI things that all these fucking podcasters talk about. Yes, I've seen that a lot of people are just now finding out about the Matt Walsh plushie. We've known for a very long time. The Daily Wire shop sells what appears to be a naked Matt Walsh doll for your kids to play with. Yeah. We knew about this for a long ass fucking time. Talked about this before and how creepy it is and how weird it is. Matt Walsh actually put the baby. Matt Walsh actually hid the baby for a duration, which is why I thought maybe he heard us criticizing it. But no, I guess they were putting the baby in production. That's what they were doing. Oh, stop. He clearly has a diaper on. Oh, never mind. Keep up the good work, Coco. Look how many tears you've generated. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm going to say something. Oh, fucking Tim Waltz, Major L for Minnesota. Hold on. We'll get to that in a second. I'm going to say something that I've repeated time and time again. If your entire worldview revolves around thinking that you've owned the libs, then those libs own you, okay? Live your life. Be your own person. Have a backbone. Develop an understanding of the world that is independent from these supposed libs that you're owning, okay? You are the one who is owned if you think that if you do everything in accordance to what how liberals are going to receive you, then you're owned by them.
I am running for president of the United States to lead our great American comeback. Look, we know our country's going in the wrong direction. We see it with our eyes, and we feel it in our bones.
We begin this hour with Ron DeSantis' bid for the White House. The Florida governor officially launching his campaign for president. But the initial rollout wasn't so smooth.
That's right, Ainsley. Glitches on Twitter Spaces. The land of big announcement hosted by Elon Musk. DeSantis taking the technical difficulties in strides.
We had a huge audience. It was the biggest they'd ever had. It did break the Twitter space. And so we're really excited with the enthusiasm. But ultimately, it's about the future of our country.
But other presidential candidates seizing on the stumble. Former President Trump's campaign saying, quote, Ron, he actually said Rob DeSantis' botched campaign announcement is another example of why he is just not ready for the job. The stakes are too high, and the fight to save America is too critical to gamble on a first-timer who clearly is not ready for prime time. President Biden also taking a swipe at DeSantis, tweeting his re-election donation page with this caption, "This link works."
Rob
Despite
DeSantis.
the shades, DeSantis has officially announced his campaign tour with his first stop set for Iowa next Tuesday. Keep in mind, he had a great interview and a 1 hour with Trey Gowdy at 8 p.m. last night. So it's not like he just went on Twitter Spaces. He went on elsewhere. Plus, I don't know if you could do whatever you want. I guess if you make a mistake, you're open. But you got to blame, if anyone, you got to blame.
This guy's a big Ron DeSantis dick rider, by the way. If you remember, didn't he literally play ball with him? Didn't he like play fucking, or was that Sean Hannity who did? No, he did, right? He is like, he is as much as a Rob DeSantis dick rider as you can be at Fox News. Because when you're at Fox News, you have to fucking ride for Trump because Trump is the guy that your audience wants to hear about in a positive way. So he tried like to ease the. Oh yeah, this was so funny. Yeah, populism updates. 2024 Trump GOP debate. Well, I'll tell you something. Rob has been here. Well, I'll tell you something. Rob here has been very weak. He's been weak. He's been weak on crime, weak on drugs. Really, a weak man. DeSantis. My name is not Rob. It is Mr. Trump's time. Rob. Rob is one of the rudest people I've ever met. Yep. It's such a good way to be ruthless. Calling him Rob, I love that. We'll talk about the Minnesota L after all the Minnesota W's in a second.
Blame the guy who owns it, Elon Musk. It's not Biden. It's not DeSantis' fault. If I'm interviewing someone on Fox and it goes down, you can't blame the person I'm interviewing.
I wonder if they thought about all of this before. There are going to be so many people that are watching this. You've got to make sure it works.
It absolutely is Ron DeSantis' fault, you fucking idiot, you dumb dick rider. Why'd you do it on Twitter? You could have done it on YouTube if you want independent media. No, you chose to do it on Twitter because you're a fucking idiot. That's the whole point.
I wonder if Ron DeSantis said, Elon, I will do this. And it's a great way to get my name out. It's a good way to promote Twitter and Twitter Spaces, which is a new thing. And he's but
it's not a new thing.
But you got to make sure it doesn't crash.
But he's sending rockets into space. He could handle Twitter Spaces.
I know. So what happened? It was unable to cope with all the traffic, and it was regularly cutting out. 20 minutes of the feed was completely silenced, and the moderator, David Sachs, said so many people were listening that it had just melted the internet, basically. DeSantis started speaking 40 minutes into the scheduled time, and when he did start speaking, he was speaking on script. It wasn't on camera, so you heard his voice, but he did have a powerful message.
Well, he was also just reading from a document.
In the beginning, but then he had a conversation.
But I mean, we're talking about the announcement here.
If the SpaceX budget was 75% removed, if the SpaceX labor force was 75% removed, they would have a lot of issues too. Oh, you guys want some inside baseball? Space travel shit? Do you guys recall the last time Elon Musk and SpaceX tried to do that rocket launch and pieces of something fell on cars when it failed, and they said it was like a purposeful detonation? Fun fact. The debris that fell on that vehicle wasn't actually the rocket itself. The debris that fell on the vehicles in the vicinity were from the launch pad. It wasn't the payload. It was the launch pad. You want to know why? Because they did not fucking make adequate adjustments for the fucking launch pad that was supposed to displace the heat. So the launch pad was being melted into the fucking ground with a tremendous amount of force that's supposed to literally lift up a fat ass fucking rocket. And in that process, it scattered. It flew into the sky and fell on top of fucking cars and shit. They cooked the Earth's ground because they did not make the mathematical adjustments. And it could have killed people, 100%. We knew this right afterwards, Law. Oh, I did not know that everybody knew this. I didn't realize. I thought it was like, yeah. It was chunks of fucking reinforced concrete that fell on cars. Here's the tweet original. Aspiring to have flame diverter in Boca, but this could turn out to be a mistake. Well, turns out it did. This is what happens to your launch pad when you think it would be funny to launch on the world's largest rocket on 420 instead of when it's ready. It will probably be at least a year before the FAA will approve another Starship launch. That I don't agree with. I don't think it was because you did it on 420. I think it was because they didn't think it'd be a big deal. Yeah. They just thought it wouldn't be that big of a problem and concrete would be able to manage that level of fucking heat, dude. The failure of the SpaceX launch yesterday can be directly linked to a personal decision that Elon Musk made 3 years ago to not install flame diverters on the Starship launch pad. He overruled his own engineers on this design flaw and admitted publicly it's his fault. This is true. And because of this decision, the launch pad was blasted apart and debris slammed into the edges of the bottom of the booster, damaging them, ultimately resulting in this spectacular cartwheels and explosion that we saw just moments later. Just to correct you, it's not that they didn't do the math right. It's that our Lord and Savior, Elon, made the executive decision that concrete would be sufficient and they don't need cooling water jets. Yeah, no. NASA figured out concrete can't withstand this heat in the 1960s. Yeah. Once again, failures is what you get when you deregulate certain parts of I don't know, space travel or anything really, Twitter. You go back to the drawing board and learn. Instead of learning from the mistakes of other people, you're like, no, fuck that. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to make the same mistakes over and over again and cost billions of fucking dollars for no reason. It's literally like a mentally stunted fucking child who you tell, don't touch the pan, it's hot. And the kid goes, nah, fuck that. I'm going to learn on my own. And then just puts his hand over the fucking pan that's on fire. It's so stupid. Except the guy we're talking about is a mentally stunted adult. Incredible stuff, man. Blows my fucking mind. It wasn't just the heat, it was the force plus heat, which literally melted the pad. Yeah, I know. I found out about this last night from Murat. It's just so weird, dude. It's so weird that these people get fucking... They get promoted so much when they're so fucking dumb.
And this is your moment, and you don't know what you're gonna say. I mean, I found it to be very boring, not inspiring at all. But maybe that wasn't the goal. Maybe he wanted to tone down the temperature. Maybe he didn't want the normal, rah 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 speech. But again, you're talking with someone that is going against the former president of the United States, that is rah, 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 that has over 50% of the polling right now when it comes to approval rating amongst Republicans is very high. I guess I was just expecting him to come out swinging at the former president or saying what he was going to do better than Donald Trump. Now, there's sources are saying that when he had the private call with his donors as well as some of the local media, he took on Donald Trump then. But I think if you want to win this primary, and again, for all those people that say, this is over, I'm not saying that it's over yet. Everyone is going to have to earn this, and Republicans, they don't want Joe Biden at the end of the day. But there is the Republicans that I talk to that are in the Trump camp say that there's this opinion that the donor class is pushing Ron DeSantis, that a lot of the people that want to tone down the rhetoric.
Well, people are concerned that Trump can't win.
Well, that's the case that Ron DeSantis made.
Yeah.
He's that person, by the way. That's him. This man is 51 years old. Twitter is reportedly working on allowing users to hide their likes. No fucking way. It is pretty funny. It is pretty funny to see like how much, like in any other circumstance, I'd be like, oh God, we are so self-important. Like, of course we're not leading a multi-billion-dollar company to make decisions that in an erratic manner because they saw a post. Elon Musk is the only exception to this rule because we've seen it time and time again. He's literally the only exception to this rule. Twitter is now the only exception to this fucking rule where a multi-billion-dollar company will make erratic decisions because of a post, like a singular post. Buying everybody Twitter Blue, for like constantly going back and forth on like hiding Twitter Blue. Claiming that like no verified account will ever have Twitter Blue unless they pay for it, then literally paying for other people's Twitter Blue because you realize that like because someone said Anne. Sorry, because someone very correctly pointed out, why the fuck would anybody buy Twitter Blue if famous people aren't buying it? The entire point of Twitter Blue is or verification is to dupe people into thinking that you're a famous person. Randomly adding accounts over 1 million followers into the Twitter Blue, like buying it for them, myself included, specifically because you did not want people to block the Blue to do that campaign. So stupid.
And he's saying yesterday, I'm tired of losing.
And that's the case that he's going to make with the voters. He said the same thing with Trey Gowdy. But again, when you look at the polling, them versus Joe Biden, they're both within the margin of error. I think DeSantis is up +1 and Trump is down 0.2, both in the margin. You're going to have to you got to win the primary first before you get to the general election. And Republicans these are just the Republicans that I'm talking to in diners all across the country. I'm not seeing the energy just yet for Ron DeSantis.
He's only been out one day.
Yeah. Well, no, he's been running for months now. He just decided to actually put his name on the ballot.
We haven't seen any debates.
This guy's fucking ripping into our boy here.
He's doing this book tour all across the country, so I guess I was expecting Ron DeSantis to rise to the
Here's what
occasion.
Donald Trump said.
He said, I'd like to personally congratulate Rob, there's your word, he called him Rob DeSanctimonious, on finally announcing that he will be entering the race.
He's not wrong at all. He's right.
States. Hopefully he will get the full experience of being attacked by the Marxist, communists, and radical left lunatics of our country, without which he will never know the kind of job he is doing. These lowlives and misfits are far worse than the leaders of hostile foreign countries. They must be soundly defeated in order to make America great again.
That's us,
he
boys.
also sent this out on True Social. Rob,
which is really
my
fucked
red
up.
button is bigger and stronger.
That's us, which is really fucked up because like he doesn't know how much we love him. You know what I mean? You silly bitch. If you only knew, you know? I miss that bussy, dude. I fucking miss it. He had such a fat dumper.
And is working. The truth, yours does not. Per my conversation with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, soon to become my friend, Trump said in a post. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
My button is bigger. My red button is bigger. And
Kim Jong-un's my friend.
Okay. Do you have the connections maybe that I have with world leaders?
Okay. That was it.
I just think
Kim Jong-un would never be my friend.
I just think he's saying that you got to work with these guys, that he doesn't want nuclear war, that he's taking on Kim Jong-un, and he's taking on Putin as well. And I think it's the same thing that he's been saying. He doesn't want endless wars or anything like that. But again,
he's so mad. He's so mad he can't do better fucking promotion on Ron DeSantis because the campaign announcement flubbed.
Something that's going to be on the debate stage. Ron DeSantis was on with Trey Gowdy last night. This is what he had to say.
I don't mind being called different things. I've been called everything but a child of God as it is. So that doesn't faze me. You can call me whatever you want. Just make sure you call me a winner, because that's what we've done in the state of Florida. And that's exactly what we would do nationally, not only in the election, but actually bringing all these great policies to bear. There'll be slings and arrows, but I'm a big boy. I can take it. You know, there's a lot of people that have given a lot more than that so that this country can be free.
Bro, he's such a fucking loser. He has no charisma. Like, it's quite literally Pete Buttigieg trying to copy Barack Obama's cadence and style and failing dramatically at it. Barack Obama was a once-in-a-lifetime candidate. Okay? He was incredibly charismatic, quick on his feet. That's why he was so captivating to such a broad audience, okay? Donald Trump is the Barack Obama for white people. That's it. Barack Obama was the Barack Obama for liberals. Donald Trump is the Barack Obama for Republicans. He emanates the same loser energy in the sassiest fucking ways possible, okay? You cannot do what he's doing if you don't have the same, like, incredible amount of, like, of name recognition that he had starting off. Many, many years in fucking television that he had starting off before he even started his fucking campaign. You can't do that. This motherfucker was a household name. More popular than, like, 99.9% of Republican senators and politicians in general. He was in movies, dog. He was in rap videos. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. You can't copy that. It's crazy. Yeah, he was in WWE. You cannot build that over the course of a governorship.
You can see their tombstones in places like Arlington National Cemetery. So if the sacrifice I have to make is people are going to call me names, that pales into comparison what so many people have done for me throughout history so that I could live in a free country.
And here are the words he's going to use, because you know where he stands. Look at Florida. I'm going to righting the ship, restoring sanity, our society, normalcy to our communities.
Whoa.
So sanity and normalcy is what they accuse Donald Trump of not having, the people that wouldn't vote for him. And he has no regrets on the Disney battle. He says it had to be done. And he would fire Christopher Wray right away. And he says, I'm here to stop the culture of losing. And he predicts he'll be sworn in a year from now.
So this is what the polling is looking like right now. Donald Trump, 53%. DeSantis, 20%. Pence, 5%. Haley at 4%.
How about you restore sanity in your own brain? And, like, realize that you can't even get out of the fucking primary with this kind of dog shit campaign.
Ramaswamy, 4%, Cheney, 2%, and Scott at 2%. In April, it was 53%, 21% for DeSantis, 6% for Pence, 4% for Haley.
Yeah, it's dipped. You know why it's dipped? One, because Donald Trump started appearing more on television. And two, Ron DeSantis started appearing more on television. That's it. That's the difference. When one appears more in front of people, his approval rating goes up. When the other appears in front of people, his approval rating goes down. That's it, dog. That's it. Ron DeSantis is horrible at being a retail politician, okay? He's awful, dude. He's so bad. Just show... Does anyone have the fucking video when he goes into that restaurant? We got to watch it again. I need to show you how bad this motherfucker is. Can someone just send it to me? Who is Vivek? Vivek is Squeaks. I'm not being racist when I say that. Like, I just... Vivek is a Twitch streamer by the name of Squeaks.
Let's go now from Tim Scott
Bro, just send me the OG link, dog. Why? Why is it always got to be like commentary over it? It's my least favorite thing online. It's like when I Google a fucking video and then you send me like a commentary video over it. Like, I just want to see the OG video.
Doing? Good, sir. Wow, look at this. You guys said hi. How are you guys? Good to see you. So what do you got?
How are ya? Good to see ya. Wow. Wow, look at this. Wow.
Over here. Go right over here? Yes. Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
Good deal. Good deal. Very nice.
Wow. Crowded, huh? Good. Hey, how are you doing? It smells really good, I'll tell you.
Bro, Felix's joke about this is the fucking best. I swear to God. He's like, I want to work for Ron DeSantis and be the guy that Ron. He keeps saying like Ron DeSantis. I'm gonna butcher this joke. Like Ron DeSantis is the type of guy that walk up to a quadriplegic kid and be like, "Wow, good job." It's so bad. He's like a robot, dude. I want to show you this, and I want to contrast it with something else that you've seen.
Look at that. So we'll do it. Okay. Hey, Ron. How you doing? Good to see. What's your name?
I'm Tim Hampton.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's great to be up in New Hampshire.
How are you?
How are you guys doing? Stay tuned,
Yeah.
man. I can't do it.
Stay tuned, yeah.
Wow, look at this. You guys said hi. How are you guys? Good to see.
Now look at this shit.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Mr. President.
How are you? How are you? We have a good cameraman over here. So everybody, enjoy your meal, and we're going to get the meals for the fire department. Okay? Hello, everybody. What's your specialty today? Hello, everybody.
Dude, you will never. Ron DeSantis versus Donald Trump, and this is the worst video I could have found of this actual incident, okay? Type of guy to tell a kid with Down syndrome, get well soon. Yeah. There's got to be another. There's definitely another fucking. Wait, no, KSI. Wait, did KSI do that? To be honest, you didn't butcher it too much. I work for Governor DeSantis and specifically instruct him on retail politics. If you ever see him meet a triple amputee child and hear him say something bizarre like, okay, rock on, great job, it's almost guaranteed that I specifically wrote that line for him. Exactly. I mean, he did a much better job with that joke.
What's your specialty today?
Look, let's finish this camera work and then we'll move on to this, okay? So look at the way he's being received by the human beings here, okay? I still can't get over Ron asking the dude's name and just saying, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean.
How are you today? Nice to meet you. Hello, everybody. That's a nice, beautiful looking group of people. So I know this menu better than you do, okay? I probably know it better than anybody in here. We're going to take care of the fire department. Okay. We're going to take care of the police department. And what we do is all the people that are right
I'm
now.
the owner, Mr. President.
So
How are you?
I don't have to give him.
That's right.
That's a good one to own, right?
Yes, it is. One of the best.
So we're going to take care of your fire police.
President Trump, what do you think of
He's a big fan.
Yes, it is. Come here, take a look. This is a guy I like. Very nice one. Oh, you know what we'll do? Here, this is for you. I like that one, but this one's even nicer. Okay. It's more expensive, I can tell you. This is triple the price.
Oh, no! He said your hat sucks.
Right? Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you.
Pop. Come here, folks. Thank you.
He said this hat is triple the price of your bitch-ass hat.
That's the best. Oh, look at those boxes of food.
That's the difference between little Rhonda and Donald, okay? You don't have it. He's a showman. You don't have it. You don't have the showmanship. Like, he's fucking so good at this shit. Video of DeSantis coaching children. He's such a natural.
You didn't have to cut me off.
What the fuck? Anyway, meanwhile, when Trump was doing that in East Palestine, I think Joe Biden was in Ukraine. That was pretty wild too. That's like an unforgettable moment, dude. Holy fuck. Oh yeah, that's where we're at, and that's why I think Ron DeSantis's approval rating keeps going down every time he's like on camera.
Ramaswamy 3%, Cheney 2%, Scott 2%. And Ainsley, the point I'm making is let's go back to 2016. There was a field of astute politicians that had this conservative record. You had Ted Cruz, who was the firebrand of conservatism, and the conversation was Donald Trump was not conservative enough. He doesn't have the backing, but the people went another way. And so my question is, who is going to be the candidate that is going to capture those same people? And when you look at the polling that we just stated right there, it doesn't seem like any candidate comes close to that, but that candidate would be Ron DeSantis with 20%.
Well, I think what Ron DeSantis said yesterday is, many Republicans are very worried about the direction of this country. They don't like the progressive movement. They want more of a moderate country. And they worry. We're only 2 generations away from our grandparents fighting in World War II. And they fought for our freedoms. And we've seen many more wars since then. And so you just worry the direction of this country. We don't want to lose this country.
Bro, it's so weird. Republicans saying like they're anti-war and the Democrats are pro-war is so odd. It's like a HasanAbi broadcast without the top of the hour ad break. You know what I mean? At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. That's not the best segue. My segues have been slagging lately. I recognize that. I admit that. And God damn it, I apologize for it. Okay? That's not the best. But you know what the best is? That feeling you get at the top of the hour when there's a 3-minute ad break and you don't see it because you're subscribed for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. Or you can get gifted a sub as well. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
And if you talk to citizens that have just moved here or just become citizens, they say, all of my dreams have come true here. I was talking to a guy the other day who they knocked on his door in Kosovo during the war. And they set his house on fire. His entire family had to move and leave. They fled to America. His uncles were supers in a building in Queens, and they came and lived in that building.
Raging Hopper!
And he said, this is the greatest country in the world, and I am scared we are going to lose it. Because when you're faced with something like that, and it's true, we're also worried about that. And so when Ron DeSantis said American decline is not inevitable, it is a choice. And I think when people look at these 2 candidates, whether it's Ron DeSantis or if they look at any of those Republicans, we have a great field in the Republicans, really sharp individuals with a lot of experience in foreign policy. And if you look at Donald Trump, we know what Donald Trump stands for. No, you might not like the way he tweets. You might not like some of the name calling. But we know where he stands on his policies. And people are...
Ron DeSantis has 0 foreign policy experience. Ron DeSantis' foreign policy experience is going to Japan, and that's it. So what the fuck is he going to do about that? Trump's going to eat his ass on that too.
Fearful that this country, we're losing this country.
But the question is, can he win over the people he lost? Can he get suburban housewives back? Can he go into those battleground states and flip Pennsylvania? Can he get Arizona back? Can he get Georgia back? And when you start seeing those state polls and you see these guys, men and women, going head-to-head, it's going to be fascinating. 2 more people you can expect in the race. I think Chris Christie in a couple of weeks. He's going to be the guy there. He's got experience.
He's another one that I like listening.
Yeah, okay, get the fuck out of here. This is awesome, though. Babe, wake up. Election cycle hysteria started back up. Miss Molly, Gothic icon here and queer, says, Ron DeSantis is running. Everyone who can vote in the U.S. next year, I do not care if you do not like Joe Biden. You have to vote for him. It's that or the rise of the Fourth Reich, a new era of fascism, and everyone globally will suffer from that. It's just like, it's the same cycle over and over again. It's the same cycle over and over again. Most important election of our lifetimes. I mean, I've overseen 2 of these professionally, okay? Let me tell you. I've heard it so many times. She's right, law. Man, get the fuck out of here. She's right, law, my ass. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We are literally currently at the precipice of a Democratic Party who held on to the majority in both the House and the Senate and won the fucking presidency, completely flubbed that, and not even set up some kind of legislative security to ensure that the Democratic Party, the Republican Party doesn't lead with their minority hold on government. And they are, okay? They are. It don't fucking matter. It don't matter. You have to realize at a certain point that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are playing the same fucking game, dude. Stop. I don't think you recognize the existential fear trans people have. Yeah? That's really interesting you fucking say that. Because right now, the president is a Democrat. And we've had worse trans legislation pass through state legislatures. And the president, who is a Democrat, hasn't done dick all. If anything, he basically fucking restored or not restored. He basically solidified some aspects of trans athletes fucking competing K through 12, okay? So what happened? What do you mean? You're currently existing as a trans person under the fucking Biden administration, and you're literally going, but dude, next time it's going to be different. Next time it's going to be different. The fuck do you mean, man? What do you mean? It's happening right now. The expectation from you should be to say, Biden, we fucking voted for you, dog. What are you doing? Offer some protections. The fuck's wrong with you? It's not like we're under the Trump administration and you're saying this, okay? We're under the Biden administration. Kids are still in cages. We're still doing horrific shit to asylum seekers, literally continuing Donald Trump's policies at the border. Biden basically promoted this idea already. He said nothing will fundamentally change. And he's keeping up with that promise. The Supreme Court is gutting the EPA. So don't vote? No, fuck no. I did not say that. How many times have I talked about the importance of voting? Okay? There's a difference between voting for change and holding your lower level local legislators and your local officials to account after being able to fucking vote for them and voting for ballot measures versus voting for the president because fascism is coming. Get the fuck out of here. Fascism is here. If you're the type of person who thinks this is fascist, that is fascist, then yeah, what do you mean? It's here. It's here. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay? That's crazy. It's crazy to hear people go, oh my God, you gotta vote. It's the most important thing you can do. It's the most important thing you do every fucking 4 years, dude. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, not only do I advocate to vote, not only do I fucking take it one step further and literally go door knocking and try to engage other people. We have community organizers in my community, but make no fucking mistake. I'm not going to sit here and be like, this is it. This is how we're going to save society. It's the most important thing. It's the rise of the Fourth Reich is here if Biden isn't president. Meanwhile, look around you. Where did it happen? Did it happen overnight? No, the Republican Party controls everything. They have completely sidestepped the legislative body. They're utilizing state legislatures. They're not using the Congress or they're not using the House of Representatives or the Senate at all. But I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh my God, if you vote for the president, we're going to fucking, you vote for Joe Biden, you better fucking do that because oh man, we're gonna change the country. We're gonna do it. It's so fucking frustrating. That's literally not what she's saying, though, Lamau. She said, I do not care if you don't like Joe Biden. You have to vote for him. It's that or the rise of the Fourth Reich. This is specifically a vote about voting for the president, okay? Shut the fuck up. Like, this is the most hysterical, oh my God, you have to vote or else all hell breaks loose type shit that we've heard time and time again. That's exactly what she said. I just repeated what this person said. But they were right in 2016. It don't fucking matter, dog. Every time they've said this. Okay, so were they wrong in 2020 then? Because we did this and we voted for Joe Biden. I voted for Joe Biden. I voted for Hillary Clinton. I'll probably vote for Joe Biden again. It don't do nothing to me. I'm in fucking California. I could write in my own goddamn name and it wouldn't matter, okay? But even if it did fucking matter, it doesn't still matter. Do you understand? I vote for the presidency because I'm already there, okay? I'm not going in there because I want to vote for Joe Biden. I'm going in there because I care about the down ballot voting, the local positions like council district members. I care about the ballot measures. Those are the things that genuinely and tangibly improve people's lives or have the capacity to make their lives worse. I vote for the judges, okay? That's why I'm there. And while I'm there, am I going to scribble in the presidency? Sure. Who gives a fuck? That's my argument for voting. Because everything underneath the president and the senators and the fucking congresspersons, or even the even the congresspersons are relatively more important than the president. The president is the least important part of that fucking ballot, dude. It's going to happen again. It happens every fucking election cycle. People come in here and start yelling at me and say, Hasan, you are depressing voter turnout. No, the fuck I'm not. I do not have the capacity to impact elections in any meaningful way. You are a delusional horse blinder having baby if you think that a fucking dumbass Twitch streamer, me, a dumbass, okay, and out and about dumbass Twitch streamer has the capacity to genuinely change any kind of elections, especially when I've like tried to motivate people to do community organizing, tried to motivate people to go out and do voter turnout campaigns, shit like that, and knock on fucking doors, because I still think that there are important aspects of it, especially in the primaries, for example, when there is a candidate like Bernie Sanders. Like I do all of that. It doesn't matter. If I had the capacity to make changes, Bernie Sanders would be president right now, okay? If you think that a Twitch streamer has the capacity to depress voter turnout, think about what the National Democratic Party does all the goddamn time. We just covered what Minnesota did, the Minnesota Democratic Party, and the importance of like voting for your state legislators. Minnesota utilized a tiny sliver of a fucking margin, one vote in the Senate, majority, to pass tremendous amounts of progressive policies over the course of the past 5-6 months in their legislative session. Okay? Now, Tim Walz, who is the fucking governor and a Democrat, turned around and vetoed a bill to give rideshare drivers minimum pay rates after Uber threatened to withdraw from most of the state if the bill was signed into law. This was the reaction when the bill passed, by the way. All it took was, one fucking email. One fucking email. All that work, gone to shit. And they don't have a veto-proof majority, so good luck. They don't have a veto-proof majority to pass this bill, so they can't do anything. That's a Democratic governor fucking over the Democratic Party. That is a Democratic governor fucking over the accomplishments of his own party. Suck my fucking dick. Oh, no, you got to do this, you got to do that. This happens every fucking day inside of the Democratic Party, especially the higher you go up the ranks within the Democratic Party, the more likely This is happening. Okay? Go ahead. Keep yelling about how fucking, we got to stop fascism through votes. Like, it's going to take more, man. Not defending Tim Walz, but what should he do? Doesn't he risk Uber pulling out now that all the drivers are unemployed? What did he do here? Dude, are you kidding me? Why is it so fucking quick? Why are you so quick to immediately go to the corporation and be like, oh, they're saying the truth? When has a corporation ever told you the truth? Think. Do you legitimately think Uber is going to pull out? Why the fuck would they do that? There's still money to be made there, okay? What are you, crazy? What are you talking about? Come on, man. Corporations lie to you every fucking day. Target is literally lying to you right now. Target's like, oh, we love you, gay people. Please, come here. Buy our panties. That's a lie. They don't give a fuck, okay? Walgreens lied to you and they said, oh, we're pulling our brick and mortar retail stores off of the streets in San Francisco because of too much theft happening. Oh, yeah, that's why. Oh. Uber doesn't have enough bandwidth to pull out of fucking Minnesota. They need to be in every market they can be. If they weren't, they wouldn't actively be fighting these kinds of initiatives everywhere and still exist in Europe. Uber is not a profitable company, and one of the only ways to become profitable is by monopolizing areas where there's no public transit alternatives, especially in America. Okay? So if Uber couldn't operate and would truly pull out of marketplaces where there's like a minor amount of legislation that forces them to pay at least minimum fucking wages, they wouldn't exist in Europe. Uber ceases to exist in countries that legislate them away, okay? They say, you're not allowed to do this, it's illegal. That's the only countries where Uber doesn't exist. Okay? The only time Uber won't exist, which, by the way, isn't even that fucking bad of a thing, let's be real. As someone who uses Uber and Uber Eats every day, all day, let me tell you something. If Uber doesn't exist where you are, that probably means that you have adequate public transit, and Uber is not profitable enough. You know what I mean? There's taxis, they're unionized, and on top of that, you have better public transit in walkable cities. That's what that fucking means. No, I'm not talking about New York City, man. Uber fucking exists in America, obviously, no matter where you go. Is there a veto-proof majority willing to override Walz? No, of course not, because there's only a one-person majority in the Senate, and Tim Walz knows that. That's why he fucking vetoed this. It's such bullshit, man. It's such fucking bullshit. There's nothing you can do about that, too. He's just single-handedly destroyed so much momentum. Fucking piece of shit.
Listening to him because he will say what's on his mind.
Right. And Vice President Mike Pence. I think they're both going to get in.
Solid guy.
And who does that hurt? That hurts Ron DeSantis. I mean, they're taking away from that same voter pool. It seems like the Republican base is with one guy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, everyone says the more that get in, the
better it is for Trump.
But just something to think about.
Helps Trump.
There are 17 states with winner take all. So you go in there and you lose by 2 percentage points, you get nothing. You get nothing. So they wanted to, on the Republican side, send a message, as Governor Sununu said, get out. If you do not have a shot and you go to New Hampshire, you have zero, you got to get out. Don't drag this out.
Some of them want to be,
like they did with Joe Biden.
Some of them want to be vice presidents or cabinet, so they want traction before they get out.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want a chance to debate and be on the stage and go out.
It's going to be
talk
interesting.
people. We have a long time, y'all. We have till next July until the convention. So we have time. We have more than a year.
August debates. That'll be the next big.
That's right.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews.
Brian Kilmeade hates Donald Trump, dude. I mean, maybe not hates Donald Trump, but like he certainly does not want Donald Trump to be president. He wants Ron DeSantis real bad.